Okay, hello, it's the Real Ones. I'm Lisa Jones.
Hi, I'm Goldyn Duffy.
And today we have with us a special guest who has some things going on in her life, and we thought that we would share our process with helping her shift this energy.
Yes, we decided that this could be a fun thing to do together as far as helping someone shift a frequency, and so that all of our listeners can hear how that's possible. And we found too, when we work with people, many of us are experiencing the same thing. So this could be super beneficial to anyone to take part in this and listen and let their journeys expand through the experience.
Absolutely. So welcome to our mystery guest today. And why don't we just open the microphone and you can tell us what's going on in your life right now that you'd like shifting with.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Goldyn.
Hi.
Hi.
Pleasure meeting you both. Well, I have dealt with some unfortunate events for the last 5-6 years or so. And it had left me paralyzed with fear. Mm-hmm. I cannot seem to move past it. I've had some health challenges, and I'm drained. There's nothing for me to give.
Okay.
I feel emotionally, physically, spiritually drained.
Wow, what a beautiful place to be. Because this is the foundation, this is the foreground for the next place for you to go. And sometimes everything has to be kind of taken away in order for us to rebuild from a place of newness, of wholeness, of finding out who we really are. So first of all, I want to honor you for your journey. And I just want to say that you are in the perfect place for expansion. And there is no accident that you found Lisa and I, and that we're going to work with you today.
Thank you.
Okay, so would you mind getting a little specific? Like if there was one thing that you could change in your life that would help everything else get better, is there something specific like that that you could share so that we can kind of get into the frequency of what you're experiencing?
I seem to have attracted the wrong crowd.
Okay. So it's basically everyone that's around you, your inner circle?
To a degree, yes.
Okay. Is this family or just friends?
People.
Okay, so both.
Not so much family, but I think so-called friends, or I for whatever reason, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Always somebody out there.
Like watching and judging you, would you say?
Not sure about judging, but just constant watching. Yes.
Okay, so would you say like they're constantly nagging you?
Yes.
Okay, so there's someone always harping on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah.
That's helpful. What else, Lisa? Do you have any other questions?
Well, I'm going to pull some cards because that's what I'm feeling guided to do, and just kind of see where she's stuck and, kind of what's happening here. So, interesting. So the first card is frequency, and which is so perfect to me in this situation. So yeah, what's coming through is that where you're stuck it's the frequency that you're putting out, and that's what you're attracting, because it's the only way that you're attracting a bad crowd is because that's the frequency, that's the vibration that you're at. And so when you shift that, it's going to, those people are just magically going to not want to hang around. But wouldn't you agree, Goldyn?
I agree with that. And I feel like what's probably happened is you were at a time in your life when you attracted them, you were at a lower vibration, your health was, a problem, and you were experiencing some things that created a lot of fear. So you attracted these people. And now that you are wanting to up your vibration, up your energy, you're no longer aligning with them. So now it's just feeling really awful. And that's how we start to clean things up. The negative emotion you experience only shows you where you're at and what you can no longer tolerate.
That's right. And so the action card is clarity. And that's what's happening today, is that we're giving you clarity on this situation. And And you're absolutely right, Goldyn. It's like when things start going bad, it's like you should just be throwing your hands up and saying, "Thank God that now I'm getting the right, you're getting the message, you're getting the cues, the feedback, right? You're getting the feedback." And I remember so clearly this happening to me when I was working at the hedge fund. And I mean, like weird things were happening. Like people were yelling at me. Like my boss was like, you know, angry, and this coworker, and I'm like, what is happening? Because I didn't feel like I was doing it. I've never been in a work situation where things didn't go amazing, you know. So, and my guides kept telling me, you gotta leave, you gotta leave, you gotta leave, and I wasn't listening. And so then you start attracting, you know, again, my frequency was not in alignment because I was, you know. And so I feel like that's what's happening here.
Yeah, and the question that's coming up for me, Mimi, is why do you keep these people in your experience?
Oh, I'm trying not to.
Okay. Okay.
They're after me in one way or another. No.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, they've been at work. They're out there in the universe somewhere. They're out there.
Gotcha.
Right.
I'm not being left alone.
For some reason you're tuning into this frequency, and we're gonna go in and find out why that is. Did you have another card to pull?
Yeah, I'm just
kind of, what's coming up for you?
The last card here. All right, the last card is skills.
Okay.
Very cool.
So we can teach you some skills.
Yeah, so that's what today is about, is really equipping you. And because that's what's happening, is it's like she said, these people are showing up, you know, in work out there. I mean, and again, it's because you just need a few skills in your tool belt, in your spiritual tool belt, to be able to, once you recognize it, and that's it, right? The clarity of recognition and the clarity of awareness is what allows it to transmute, to shift.
Right. And to be in an awareness state enough that you can draw your attention away from these people and no longer allow it to take it in, like personally, like to allow it to activate your wounds or whatever you have going on within.
Yeah, because really once you up level, that's the most, to me, that's what I was saying magically, is that once you up level and you believe in yourself and you're not allowing this frequency to be emanating from your field, then these people literally, it's almost like you become invisible. It's like you create this invisibility cloak, because you're no longer, you're literally like you've switched the channel, so they just don't appear anymore.
Right.
So I'm curious about what you said about being paralyzed in fear. Tell me a little bit about that, and what, if you can share, what potentially created that feeling of being paralyzed.
I'm not going to be able to share. I just cannot go into details, but it's bad, to the point where I don't leave my house. If I do have to leave my house, if I'm in a store, I'm constantly looking over both shoulders. I've had bad experiences that has made me who I am now.
Okay.
So
the overall feeling then is that someone is out to harm you. Someone is out to get you, like physically, emotionally, which one? Both?
Physically.
Physically. Okay. All right. Interesting. So yeah, so you've tuned into a frequency of like insecurity and fear. I mean, it's basic fear, and it's, you know, fear is false evidence appearing real. Are there specific people that are out there looking for you, that are after you?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so, and I'm trying to do my best. But again, I'm at the point now where I don't leave my house unless it's from A to B. That's it. Mm-hmm. Being out there, socializing, I can no longer do.
And let me just ask, this question is coming up. What is the worst thing that could happen?
Good question.
I really don't want to put it out there what it could be.
Okay, because in order to deal with the fear, we have to kind of unmask it. Like, we have to see it for what it really is. So sharing what you're most afraid of oftentimes will activate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's a great idea about fear, or, you know, secrets. And when you put like a little tiny firecracker into a Coke can and you explode it, it's a big, you know, that's what it feels like inside our body, right? You've got this thing inside of you and you don't let it out. You don't tell anybody. You've got this shame, this fear, and that's what it feels like. But if you put it in a Coke can and put it in the middle of a giant football stadium and you let it explode out there, by sharing your truth, by letting it out of your body, it takes away, like Goldyn was saying, it takes away the power. So obviously, I know you don't want to reveal any specifics so anybody can identify you, but there's got to be a way that you could share with us, you know, enough so that you can unmask this secret, this fear, because I think that's what's holding you hostage as well, is that it's like this crippling, you know, you're confined by this crippling belief, but once you voice it, I feel like it's going to help
you could lose
release
power.
it.
Well, I am afraid for my life and harm to my daughters. So yeah, it's that's my fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you have compiled enough proof or enough evidence that has made this real in your situation?
Yes, and every time I want to move past it, something else brings me back to square one, and now I'm stuck in it. I feel like I'm in a quicksand. I don't know how else to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the reason why that's happening is because it's basically, so what happens when you're understanding universal law, when you're trying to move away from something, the universe will bring it to you, and your response will actually create the next moment. So once you no longer respond in fear or running away or hiding, then it will start to lose its power over you, and you will no longer need it in your experience because you've healed that part of yourself. I don't know how big this is, and I don't know, you know, if there's potential for you to move somewhere else or to go somewhere else or to protect yourself. Are you picking anything up, Lise?
I mean, again, I'm not getting any specifics, but to me, it is about the fear of death and, you know, and this idea. I just remember a time when things were really going badly for me, and one of my coaches just kept talking me through it and saying, well, what's the worst possible thing that would happen? And it ultimately came down to death. And then you go into, okay, and what happens then? And it's like, oh my God, then I'm free. Then I'm like out of this. I don't need to be a part of this, because truly living here life and being so fearful of death is what keeps you locked in the fear of it all. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying that. And so it's about releasing your fear of death and just taking this head on and saying, you know what, I'm not going to live my life like this. I'm not going to live in prison. I'm not going to live with somebody holding something over me, whatever it is. And again, I don't know what your specific circumstances, so it's a little difficult to talk specifics here, but it does feel to me like, you know, the fear of death is what's gripping you ultimately in not being able to get out of it. And until you face that fear of death and just saying, listen, I'm not going to live my life in this contained experience, and I have control over how I am going to live it, then, you know, you can't get out of it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I understand. Yes.
Okay. So I guess the question is, how are you willing, and how willing are you to overcome this? Like, how strong is the power that you feel to be able to, like, is there any belief system that says I can move past this, or is there too much momentum in the past experience of experiencing it to be able to move past that?
I need help. I think I've tried everything I could on my own, and part of me believes, you know, I'm here. I have a purpose. I'm here on earth for a reason, I don't feel my time is up. I don't know how to protect it. There's work to be done, but I don't know what else to do.
Okay, so here's a good question. If you have work to be done and you have a purpose to fulfill, do you really believe that it's possible for you to not fulfill your destiny by dying too soon? This is the thing that for people that I think is the hard disconnect between being a human and understanding the death experience. If you have a purpose and you have something in you that is calling you to be fulfilled, it has to be fulfilled.
Right.
There's no such thing as death too soon. People say that all the time, but it's not true. We have a certain thing that we're here to accomplish, and we're not going to die before that happens.
Right, and that's what I'm at right now.
You're leaning towards that. I like that.
Yeah.
That's we can work with that.
I'm
Right.
not, I'm not afraid of dying. My attitude is, look, we're all gonna die. When our time is up, our time is up.
Okay.
We're destined to be here. I feel like I have a purpose, but I just don't know how to get unstuck, how to move forward, how to.
Okay.
Well, we'll work on that in the meditation.
What if we stopped saying that you're stuck and
Okay.
and we start moving into, you're preparing, you're in preparation, because whatever you're going through right now is in preparation for that purpose. Nothing is wasted. We are never stuck. It's only our belief that creates stuckness. So if you believe that you are in preparation of the purpose, what you're going to do is you're going to open your field to things coming in that are going to help you fulfill that purpose.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but we need to release the fear, I think, in order for that to happen.
And I'm feeling very strongly that part of what your purpose is what you've been through, and then being able to share that you got to the other side of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I got on the other side of it.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. We're getting you on the other side of it. And so, but you need to be willing and open to the idea.
You got to get in our boat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
To the other side.
Good.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So there was something else I wanted to ask you as far as, your purpose. Can you share what you feel like that purpose is?
No.
Okay. Can you share anything around what the energy of your purpose is? Because if we can work within your purpose, so the first thing we'll do is release your fear, help you release the fear. And we don't really need to be specific because Lisa and I can work with energy. And then the second thing we like to do is amp up the purpose. So amp up the positive, get you in that high vibrational state. Can you just give me a couple of words about what that purpose feels like to you?
I have great intuition.
Awesome.
And I have, God has always made me look and see the evil. I don't know how, please don't ask anymore.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's all I could say about that. I've always seemed to look at the right time to see evil.
Okay, I have the chills. So basically we could take that belief system and we could say, God always has your back.
Yes.
You're always protected.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So why be afraid?
Because I'm trying to deal with this. I know I have faith, but I'm trying to deal with this on day-to-day basis.
So the purpose that we want to work with you on is amping up your faith, is making your faith so strong that it's not a belief, it's a knowing.
Yes.
It's a knowing that you are always protected, that every single time you walk out of your house, you're going to wrap yourself in this bubble of protection and nothing is going to touch you because you are always going to have awareness. You're going to have eyes in the back of your head. You're going to have this intuition flowing through you. And there is nothing to be afraid of because you are an expression of that. You are an expression of power and force and recognition that there may be things around you, but you're tuning out the frequency. So the way that we explain universal law is that there's different channels we can tune into. And if you have a very high perception of what you're calling evil, or, you know, we could call it negative. We could call it, you know, the other side of the way we want to live. So it's the unwanted. We'll call it unwanted. I like that. It's a little less strong in energy. So if you have an understanding of the unwanted and you no longer want to have it in your experience, you have to flip the switch, which means we flip towards God. We flip towards faith. We flip towards protection. We flip towards feeling the energy of that and no longer allowing the energy of the other stuff to be in our experience. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that
Yeah,
really
and just and bright and turning up the light in you. I mean, the more light, you know, darkness cannot survive in light, and so that's what we're going to amp up as well, is the light that's emanating from you, which is so strong already. I can feel it. I mean, I've got so many chills as we're doing this. It's exciting. It's
Thank
exciting.
you. This is exciting. Yes.
I love working with Lisa Jones. Okay.
Yes.
So I think we've got a lot to work with. Is there anything else that you want to share?
No.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. You
Yeah.
think so?
I think we should.
Right.
Let's go
So,
in.
Are you comfortable just allowing us to kind of lead you on a little imagery meditation? You know, we're going to call in divine energy. We're going to call in angelic energy. There's nothing that's going to be allowed into this field except for that.
Absolutely.
So you feel safe. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
awesome.
All right, so just get comfortable and, you know, kind of, if you can, sit upright. If you're laying down, that's totally fine. And if you lose consciousness a little bit, it's okay, because we actually go into higher consciousness when we do this, so it doesn't matter if you have awareness of it. And you have this, you can watch it later, so you'll know what we're doing.
That's right, what was said.
The other thing I want to ask just really quick is, are you a meditator?
My mind is always racing.
Okay.
All right. Well, that'll be a good prescription.
Yeah, this will be good. And this will be, this is day one of your meditation practice. And this is going to help you to get to the point where you can start to quiet your mind. Because what I'm picking up is that your mind is working against you in allowing you to tune into higher frequencies. So we have to get a hold of the mind. We have to quiet the mind. It's a practice that you will get better at. And once you learn to do that, I feel like everything.
It'll be night and day. It'll be night and day. And that's the problem right now, is that your mind is running the show. And so today we're going to give it a little schooling, your mind, about what's.
And we're going to send you this recording. So if you feel like, you know, our recipe usually is like 10 to 20 minutes of silence, of breathing, of getting yourself in a quiet space. If you have trouble with that, you can use this every single day to get you there.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right, so just close your eyes and just take 3 nice deep breaths. And every time you breathe out, just breathe out our conversation, breathe out any thoughts, breathe out any judgments, and just let yourself settle to the point where you just kind of let your body release and let go, and just let all the tension go. You have a lot of tension. You're holding a lot of stressed energy that doesn't really belong there anymore. You wouldn't come to us unless you were ready for this. That's the beauty of this time together.
Absolutely. And I just want to call in, first and foremost, Archangel Michael to stand behind each one of us, to give us his strength and his power. He's got a beautiful shield and a sword to keep any and all darkness or unwantedness from us, so we are safe and protected at this time. And I call in Archangel Raphael as well to do the internal healing for the physical body, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional body that needs healing at this time. And I'd like to call in Mother Mary at this time for just her beautiful, divine, motherly love that I feel as though will help surround you and protect you and just cuddle you and hug you and give you just this nurturing sense that you are taken care of and that everything is perfect. There's nothing happening here that isn't absolutely divinely guided.
And I have to say, the energy is off the charts. So we know that this beautiful guest of ours is in a high vibrational state. no trouble getting there. No trouble getting there.
Absolutely. And bringing in that beautiful divine white golden light right down through your crown chakra, coming down from the heavens above, this beautiful stream of sunshine, and entering in through your crown chakra into your head, filling up your beautiful brain and head with this life-changing energy that's going to shift and change all of the molecules in your body to this pure love and light. You're going to let go of any and all resistance to allowing this light into your life to help you absolutely transform it, and allow yourself to leave this level of anxiety and fear and confusion and this, you know, allowing yourself to leave this area that you've been in for so long. You are up leveling. This is an up level for your physical being, your mental being, your spiritual being, your emotional being, and allowing this energy to go down through your jaw and your neck, down into your shoulders. You can just feel it relaxing all the way down through your body as it goes down through your arms and down to your fingers, through your chest, filling up your heart center with this beautiful white golden light. It's just beaming. I can just see it just coming from all around you. It's almost like you've got this beautiful white glowing, it's like the earth that's right inside of your heart center. And it's just beaming out. You have such a huge purpose to fulfill on this lifetime, during this lifetime, and there's nothing that's going to stop you from that. No fear, no body else on this earth plane can take that from you. And allowing that energy to go down through your solar plexus, down into your sacrum and your root, down through your legs, all the way down to your feet. Just allowing yourself, taking a big inhale with this beautiful light energy. Just feeling that feeling of being cared for and loved, the unconditional love of the universe that it has for you.
And we just ask at this time that any energies that are residing within your body, within your energetic field, that those energies that no longer serve you, that are of a lower vibration, all of those low vibrational beliefs that are causing you to have these false perceptions that you are unsafe or insecure, we allow those energies to ball up inside of your body, and we ask them to leave every cell in your nature. Taking a deep breath, we breathe out fear. We breathe out anxiety. We breathe out all false evidence appearing real. We breathe out any energies that are not in alignment with your highest self. We breathe out all fragmented energy. We breathe out all, I'm getting scared, just that scared energy. We're allowing that to leave your field. It does not serve you. It does not serve your purpose. It did at one time keep you safe, but you no longer need it to keep you safe because you are in alignment with your truest self, your highest intuition. You have divine energy keeping you safe and protected every day. And we move into that belief system by deciding that that's the energy that we want to create from, by tuning into that frequency right now, only tuning into the channel of love, of compassion, of understanding, of unconditional wholeness, awakening the truest sense of who you are right now in this moment and who you came here to be. We bring all this beautiful light in and around every one of your cells, activating your DNA and allowing you to step fully into the wholest sense of who you came here to be, which is an expression of divine energy. There is nothing that can touch you now.
Whew. We are going to ground that beautiful prayer right into the earth. We're going to grow roots out of your feet and down into the earth's surface at this time, allowing these roots to go all the way through all the layers of the earth, deep, deep, deep down to the very center. It's going to wrap the cord around a beautiful orange glowing center of the earth, and then coming back up and ever so gently coming up through the earth's surface and back up into your feet so that you can ground this beautiful, loving energy from the divine right here on this earth so that you can manifest what it is you desire. Your divine purpose is going to be manifested now with ease and grace, and you are being walked side by side with all of the divine masters, with God, with Jesus, with any and all beings of love and light that you call into your field at any time to help walk you through and keep you at this highest vibrational level that you are entitled to and that you deserve.
So in amping up this energy together in faith, these incredibly beautiful fuchsia flowers are coming. I'm not sure why I see this field of purple fuchsia, the brightest fuchsia you've ever seen, this purple electric energy that is being infused into your knowing, that is being allowed to play out and be activated as the frequency. So this purple field of flowers is your peace center. It's where you bring yourself back. It's where you interrupt these neural pathways and loops that have created negativity, and you bring yourself into this field of fuchsia. Not sure why that's coming up, but I see it very clearly that it is your path to enlightenment. It is your path to paradise, and it is your right to intend to be tuned into the beauty and love of nature and all that is.
Oh my God. I'm getting, it's the awakening of her crown chakra, and that's why it's up there with the purpley fuchsia color. And just completely awakening that it's like your crown has been covered. They're showing me a hat is being lifted off of your head, and this beautiful, all of those flowers are just pouring out of the top of your head. It's the most beautiful expression of your true self, and that you're being granted. It's almost like the crown of your queendom here on this earth plane is being it's your coronation is happening today. Wow.
So I'm being called to the heart. There's some heavy energy in your heart. So I want you to take a deep breath and just release any fear from the heart, any brokenheartedness, any unforgiveness, any victimhood that's actually in your heart. That's usually in the solar plexus, but I'm feeling it in your heart. So just release all of that victimhood, because you're at the top. Like you're at the top of the game. You are fully protected, aware, and tuned into your intuition. So there is no longer anything that can harm you. And I'm getting that for your children as well, that you are the center. You are the mother who activates in their energy fields. So as you clean up your energy fields, they are right there with you in this field of flowers, being protected and cared for deeply.
Absolutely. And what I'm getting too is that the old pattern of this powerlessness and fear was leading to, allowing others to then have power over you. And that's no longer the case. That the more you step into your power, the more that they will, like I said, disappear, because it's almost like it's been an allowed situation, because your energy field has been open to receive that fear, that death, fear of death. And that's no longer the case.
Yeah. Breaking generational cycles was what I got. Yep.
Woo.
So we just bring in all this beautiful love and light into your heart, and we fill up your heart with love, with centeredness, with wholeness, with the feeling of peace and calm, so that you can feel the energy that you are connected to, and not allow anything else to interrupt that, so that you can have this streamline of peace and love, and the knowing that every step you take is one that is intuitively guided, and that your purpose is more important than any old pattern or any generational cycle that you've picked up along the way. And it's time to step into that power.
Amen. Wow.
Oh my God, that is beautiful. Wow. Oh.
That was epic.
That was, my whole body is, I'm like, I wasn't even in my body. I was out of my body. How are you feeling, our mystery guest?
Feel great. Oh, I feel like a new person almost.
That's what it feels like. It
That's
feels
the beauty of this recording too, is that you can keep peeling away and you can keep this really activated. I mean, I would just highly suggest you listen to this for 30 days and just get your fields completely cleaned out, because this was for you. We didn't have a lot of information, so all of that was downloaded just for you.
Yeah.
And I apologize for not being able to give you a lot.
I actually think it was better that
I think it was better. I love that we don't have the details, because you know what? That's part of the issues. People get really lost in their stories.
Yeah.
They get lost in their stories. And so thank you for being, you know, kind of elusive. And this just shows that what, you know, Goldyn and I bring through the divine is just absolutely stunning information to help clear whatever needs clearing. It's all energy. It's so beautiful.
Yes, this was amazing. Thank you.
Good. Well, what'll be really fun is that we'll have to have you back in about 30 days or something and just check in with you and see how things are going. Would you be open to that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, and we can, you know, continue to tune and just keep bringing it higher, because when we bring in this higher energy for you, we're bringing it in for ourselves too. So it's a beautiful collective experience that impacts the entire world.
That's right.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Keep in touch with us. Let us know how you're doing. And we absolutely adore you. I mean, this has been amazing. We don't know you, but we do.
That's right. That's right. We know your energy. That's for sure.
Well, I hope it was a good one, but
absolutely. It was beautiful. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. And we'll keep in touch.
All right. Okay. God bless. Take care. Peace.
Bye-bye.